So it feels like I haven't recorded a video in forever, even though it was a couple of days ago. But just wanted to get this out of the way real quick. I was reading this book right here. I don't know if you can see it. Good Strategy, Bad Strategy. I've been reading it, and really good book. And I just took a break to just make this video real quick. So I feel like YouTube is an amazing platform, and I've been creating on YouTube for so long. But YouTube is also very, very, very hard to grow on. If it's not hard, let me not say it's hard. It's just like the things that are required to grow a YouTube at the rate that I would need to grow it at, I don't want to do, right? And I've worked on other platforms that I've gotten way more success on in a shorter amount of time through doing other things. And so I think the platform that I've had the most success on from a social media standpoint is LinkedIn by far. Like if you go look at my LinkedIn, I have almost 5,000 people following me, and I've made most of my money from LinkedIn. Even from like consulting gigs or coaching calls, or like most of my money has come from LinkedIn. I've even gotten jobs from LinkedIn like years ago without having to apply because someone saw my content, liked my content, reached out to me. It was like, hey, I know somebody who's hiring for this position and you are amazing. Can you talk to them? And then I spoke to them, and then they brought me on board without even having to go through like an interview process or anything. Like they just liked my content and just hired me, right? So like I've gotten so many opportunities off of LinkedIn, like so many. And from YouTube, I've gotten some too, but nowhere near what I've gotten from LinkedIn. And I feel like I've put in way more time on YouTube than I've put in on LinkedIn. Because if you remember, like if you're an OG subscriber, there was a time years ago where I had the whole setup. Like I had a video editor who was editing all my videos. I had all my videos being chopped up into shorts. I had just everything, everything on YouTube. And I was just going full fledged at it. And it worked, like for sure. It definitely worked. And that's why I was able to get the amount of subscribers that I have right now. But the thing is that I don't really want to do that anymore. And I also find myself liking um, going more in depth with my content. And it feels really hard to do that with YouTube unless I'm reading a script. And I don't really read scripts. And obviously, I can talk about things and just ramble. But if I just ramble, YouTube isn't going to reward that. Like the other day, I was thinking to myself, a whole bunch of people have been asking me, hey, Dre, what do you think the future of SEO is going to be? And I was going to come on here and try to like make a super long-winded video and talk about all of my thoughts, because if you know me, like if you just watch me on YouTube, you probably don't know this, or maybe you do from watching my videos, but I'm a very, very long-winded speaker. And as a result, I think like if I'm just exploring my ideas and they're not written down as a script, I can go from talking about one thing to another thing, and then connecting this idea to this idea, and then bringing it back to the centralized thing that I was talking about. And my brain just works in a very chaotic way. It's very, very chaotic. And partially that's because I have ADHD, but I think that's also just because like I think about so many things at once. Even as I'm speaking, I'm thinking about other things. It's hard to explain because most people don't think like that. Most people, when they think in a linear way. They talk about whatever they're talking about, and then that's what their mind is on. But I can talk to you, to this camera right now, about something and be thinking about something else. It's so weird. So, um, I don't think YouTube rewards my style of thinking, right? Like my style of expression. And it took me a while to learn that because I really do love creating YouTube videos. I'm not quitting YouTube, by the way. I'm not. I'm not making this video to say, "Oh, I'm quitting YouTube and I'm leaving the platform." I'm not doing that. But you know, I want to leave this as more of like a free flowing exploration thing. So I'm still gonna continue to make the videos that I'm making. I'm still gonna keep them unedited and raw. I'm not gonna go back to the style I was doing before. And if people want to watch it, then they watch it. But I also want to, bring back things that I used to do, like interviewing people. Like, you can't find my interviews with all of the interesting people that I've interviewed before because I basically made them all unlisted. And if you're an OG subscriber, then you've seen it before. I have like videos interviewing Ryan Stewart and Mark Williams Cook and Michael King and all of these people that are like multi-millionaires, right? On this YouTube channel. Maybe I should take them off of unlisted. Maybe you might be interested in seeing that. But like I want to go back to the essence of that. I want to go back to the essence of talking to people because number one, it was an easy way, honestly, to talk to people and to get to know them and to build a network. Like I was literally talking to Michael King yesterday about rapping, right? And like now we're cool because I interviewed him. So like it's like he's my friend. You know what I'm saying? So the way I look at it is it kind of makes sense in that aspect, but then also like for me, I think for the longest, by the way, I recommend everybody to get this book called The War of Art. Not Art of War, The War of Art. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. So for the longest, I feel like I have been saying I'm not a writer, right? If you remember, if you're an OG subscriber, since I said that so many times this video, but since the time that I've made a YouTube channel, I've always said that I hated writing. I didn't like writing. And as time has went on and I started to realize and understand the benefits of writing, my mindset towards writing has completely changed because I like things that reward me and help me to articulate myself better and also to become smarter. And writing is literally, if you want to become smarter, if you feel like you don't know how to articulate yourself, if you feel like your brain is always disorganized and not structured and you don't know how to recall the specific words that you need to recall, just write. If you write every day for 2 hours, it will make a huge difference in your life. And also it's an easy way to structure everything that you want to write, and it's an easy way to express yourself. And when you're a good writer, people will read. And I've been writing on LinkedIn for so long and I had so much success with it to the point where it's like it doesn't really make sense to not go all in on LinkedIn. So I think, especially with the direction that I'm moving towards, like my goal right now, by the way, and if you've watched this long, thank you so much. My goal is to step away from client work and to focus on going into the e-learning space and building a company that is based off of helping other people achieve and design a life that they want, right? And that's a life filled with autonomy, right? So, and I specifically want to help consultants because I feel like as consultants, we undervalue ourselves. We sell knowledge. Like we get paid not just because we have the skill, but we get paid for the nuance of our knowledge. All of the things that we've experienced, that's what people pay us for. And at the same time, we don't really take advantage of that. We don't realize that. And so many of us don't sell our knowledge at scale, right? And then we don't tell our story and we don't really showcase our expertise through digital products. But you'll see a whole bunch of people who are not consultants, who never had any experience in the consulting world, right? Who has no experience to managing marketing budgets or managing anything, and they're out here selling stuff like they've done it before. And it's like, for the longest period of time I was saying to myself, I don't want to come off as a guru, I don't want people to think this and I don't want people to think that, so that's why I don't want to do it. That's why I'm going to continue to work with clients. But the truth of and when I say clients, I mean like business clients, but the truth of the matter is that I don't like doing that shit anymore. Like I don't like working with business clients because it feels like all they care about is just making more money. And sure, like that's cool and everything, like, let's make more money, cool, whatever. But like, to me, that's just going down a path of entropy, right? Like, it's so chaotic. There's no deeper meaning or deeper purpose behind what we're doing. It's like we're just growing a business, and then this person's gonna take their money and just go do whatever they want with it. And I don't want to work with clients like that. And there's some people that's not like that, but the vast majority of business owners, for the most part, are guided by just like money, bro. Like, and I want to work with people who care about money, but also who care about money in the sense of as a tool, like they utilize it to, get the lifestyle that they want, right? And to get life autonomy pretty much. And so like I've just realized that like being a lifestyle design coach is better for me. I want to help people design a lifestyle that they are proud of. I don't want to help people like, and if that helps them make money, then I want to help them make money in that way. But it's for a deeper purpose. It's not just to make money. It's not just because the business needs profits. It's not just because, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, everybody has some deeper meaning to why they want to make money to some degree. But, like, trust me, like, especially when a company is really huge, like, there's no real impact. You know what I mean? Like, they're just looking at it for profits or whatever. And people, it's like people have this number, like, okay, I want to hit 30 million. I want to hit 50 million. I want to hit, you know, fucking 70 million. Like, at what point does it stop and becomes about something deeper than that? And so I just realized that I want to help encourage the next generation of people who want to, like, design a life that makes them happy, but doesn't rely on happiness to dictate what they're going to do, but more so is aligned with fulfillment, right? Because fulfillment is something that is like ever going, and fulfillment is not conditional. Happiness is based off of conditions, because happiness is a mood. And when you base your decisions off of a mood, they're inconsistent because moods change depending on the condition. And yeah, I don't want to work with people like that. So my goal is to help consultants learn how to scale their knowledge, but also in other areas of life, right? And so like so many people come to me like, hey, I want clients. And I'm like, why? You know what I mean? Like you have a skill set, you have tools, you have a nuance, you're like you have a story. Your story is more important than you think. You can scale that more than you think. You are the niche. And I don't want to say that I want to help people learn how to build a personal brand, because it's not about personal branding. More so it's about, I don't know, just like existing and like just being you. And then it's like your character, it's like character distribution, not personal branding. Because I feel like personal branding is something that you create to basically to you create a personal brand so people can have this perception of you, right? So it's created with the goal in mind of getting other people to perceive something in a specific way. And I think character distribution is just being yourself and magnifying it. So I want to help people distribute their character and monetize that, not personal brand. It's way different. The intention is way different. The way that you go about it is way different. So that's it. So yeah, well, that's not it. I want to say that's where like writing on LinkedIn works for me. So if you really like the content that I create and you've watched this far and you want to go to the next level with me, here's what you need to know. I'm still going to create content on YouTube, but LinkedIn is probably going to be my primary social media platform where I'm going to go all in on writing. My blog, I'm also going to have a whole bunch of long form content on my blog. I've never used my blog, but I'm about to start writing on there. And then my newsletter, right? And my newsletter is going to have, in-depth content. And so if you want to get it first, go to my newsletter because I'll send it out on my newsletter first. But I'll be engaging on those things. And the beauty of LinkedIn is that like you can actually reach out to me. You don't have to just watch behind, like this like virtual pixelated screen that you're watching, right? Like you could actually hit me up. So, and we could talk and we could become friends, right? Like, so yeah, anyways, that's it. This is a rant. If you watched this far, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.